Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a December haul and anti-haul video, and if you're newer to my channel, the anti-haul portion is a little bit different than the anti-haul videos that a lot of people make. I know they're very trendy and popular to make right now. I don't talk about like new releases and why I'm not going to buy them or anything like that. Instead, I talk about anything that tempted me throughout the month, whether it's a permanent eyeshadow from MAC or something that came out 6 months ago. Anything that I was tempted to purchase, and then I talk about how I talked myself out of it and convinced myself not to buy it. So this month I actually have quite a few items to show you in the haul section. I include anything I've purchased, been given as a gift, or gotten for free, kind of in the beauty realm. So I think the first thing I have here is some stuff from Sephora. I did a video that kind of broke down all my purchases this year at Sephora and Ulta. I'll try to remember to link that down below. But I talked about in that video and a couple other videos, I think, that I did become rouge again at Sephora, but only because I share my account with my sister and also my mom. But my sister's the one that does most of the shopping. My mom probably barely ever uses it. So we did become rouge. So I ordered the Shiseido facial cotton, which I didn't bring out here, but you guys all know what that looks like. And then I got a point perk, and I also got this, which was the rouge gift this year. So this is a blush from NARS. It's in the shade Goulet, or Ghoul, I don't really know. And I actually already have this blush. It was in the Bourdain palette, and I've always wanted that palette. It came out before I even got into makeup, so I started seeing people showing it in videos when I first got into YouTube, and I just loved it so much. I really wanted to get my hands on it, and I eventually got my hands on, so that blush had Orgasm and Deep Throat. It had two other blushes, and then I think it had Laguna and a highlight. So at one point I did have Laguna, I don't anymore, but I do have Deep Throat and Orgasm. So I found someone that had depotted their palette and was selling the pans, and so I picked up the two other pans that were in the palette, so I have the Goulet color already in here. I do like these little NARS ones. Like, I have Deep Throat and Orgasm in these little mini size. It's just so cute, so I am tempted to keep it, but I am gonna see if my sister wants it, since she spent way more than I did this year anyway, so she probably deserves it more than me. And I already have it, so. But I thought I would share that I got that. Then I decided to pick out a 500 point perk. I just really haven't been interested in any of the perks I've been seeing lately, and then I got an email that there was a Glam Glow 500 point perk, so that's what got me to the website in the first place. And then I was thinking about getting that one, and then I saw this one, and I decided this one would work much better for me. So this is the Lancome Say It With Your Eyes Essential Eye Kit. So this came with a primer and a mascara, both of which I might have had the Hypnose Drama before, but I don't remember. And then it has the Bifacil eye makeup remover, which I really, really like, but I never pay for it because it's so expensive, and then an eye cream. And I never pay for eye creams. I only use things I get as samples, and I pretty much always have one. So I thought it'd be nice to have another little eye cream in here. So I'm excited to get into this little kit. And I think, it's all stuff that I know that I'll use up, which is kind of my problem with most of the 500 point perks. If there's ever like color makeup products, usually it's a color I don't really like a lipstick, it's a shade I won't really use, or it's things that I know that I'll just never use up or I don't like. So this was one that I know I can use up: a mascara and a mascara primer and an eye makeup remover and an eye cream. Those are all things I know I can get through. And that's kind of what I think about now when I'm picking stuff out, whether it be for Birchbox or point perks or samples or anything. I try to pick things that I know I can use up. So for that point, I think it's going to be a really great box. And then I did want to mention that this month Sephora did give out the $25 off of $50 purchase coupons for Rouge members, and I did not use mine. I gave it to my sister. So I've really come a far way, because in the past I never would have given up 50% off at Sephora. And then I made another purchase this month. I think it was a gift or something. I don't remember, but I got this sampler bag with it. So this is just a bunch of stuff. Oh, came with 2 perfumes. One I gave to my sister because she loves the Daisy perfume. But it came with a little mini perversion mascara, which I really love. The Benefit Professional, which I've gone through many tubes of that. Then the Dr. Jart UV Sun Fluid, and I have a bunch of these little bottles, and I really, really like them. So I have my favorite Holy Grail SPF from Paula's Choice, which is the clear mattifying fluid, but that is so expensive. For a long time it was on sale for 50% off, so I didn't mind buying it, but now it's full price again. It's hard for me to bite the bullet. So I think that when I'm done with the SPF I'm using right now from Paula's Choice, which is not my Holy Grail one, is a different one, I'm going to start using these as my SPF and get through these. So I have, I think, 3 or 4 bottles of these, or of this, and I really, really like it. So that's kind of my thought behind there, and that was one of the reasons I picked this version of the sample bag. And then I also got the Sephora Mini Solid Brush Cleanser, which I really like. I'm not sure if I've had this before or I bought it for my sister, but I really like the Beauty Blender Solid Brush Cleanser, so I thought I would give this a try at least. I'm pretty sure I gave the one I bought was for my sister. And then I have the Energy de Vie. It's like a smoothing and plumpifying pearly lotion. I'm actually using one of these. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's another Energy de Vie liquid moisturizer from Lancome right now. I have in a little tube. So it's been fine. It's not something I would ever purchase, but I know that I can use it up. And then it also came with the Bolsha Luminizing Black Mask, which I also really like. So I was kind of excited to get all these samples, which I know, do I really need these? But they're all things I think I can actually get through. Alright, the next thing I got was a Jamberry style box. One of my friends sells Jamberry, and she has like a Facebook group that I'm in, so she posts stuff periodically, and she posted photos of the December style box, and I was all in. I have used Jamberry a few times. I might try to do a review video if you guys would be interested in that, since I feel like I'm kind of like an impartial person. Like, I'm not a representative. I'm not trying to sell Jamberry, and I feel like a lot of the videos on Jamberry, at least that I found looking for information on Jamberry, are all by representatives. So if you want to know how I feel about Jamberry, I'd be happy to do a video about that. But I'm very picky about the wraps that I like. I really don't like the super patterned ones or colorful ones. Like, they're just not my style. Like, I like them on other people, it's just not for me. But the ones for the December box were all like black and white and gray, and that's up my alley. The only wraps I've ever gotten from Jamberry have all been in kind of black, white, or gray. I always go to like the black color option when I'm searching for them, and that's the only thing I've ever picked up. So these were right up my alley. I really like the geometric patterns. So this one is like black and silver, very geometric, and then this one is a kind of a shimmery matte, if that makes any sense. It like, in the light it looks kind of shimmery, but it also kind of looks matte at the same time. And this is just plain black, so these go really well together, and I'm excited to use these, but my nails are in terrible condition right now. They're so short that I'm going to wait until my nails are a little longer to use those. But so the next things I bought were actually some nail polishes from KL Polish, which is the brand that Kathleen Lights from here on YouTube just came out with. And I am subscribed to Kathleen Lights. I do like her and I watch her videos, but only sometimes. I don't watch every single video she puts out, and I'm not like a super Kathleen Lights fan, if that makes any sense. And I'm only saying that just to let you guys know that, like, I didn't buy it because I'm a super Kathleen Lights fan. I saw her video about it and I was just interested to see what she had come up with, and I really liked all the shades she had come out. They looked really pretty, but I tried to talk myself out of them, saying I don't really need any more nail polish. And then I saw a couple other videos, and eventually I just kind of caved and gave in, and I really wanted to try them. So I picked up 3 of the shades. The first one I got is the one that's on my nails right now, but I'm not going to show you close up because my nails, like I said, are in terrible condition. This is the shade Brick Sidewalk. And this one's kind of funny that I picked it up because when I first saw the collection, I was like, oh, I like all the colors except for this one. That's the one I wouldn't wear. but after I saw it a few more times, it kind of grew on me, and I decided to pick it up. So it's kind of like a red, but it's also really brown. It's kind of between red and brown, and I really like it. I usually don't like red nail polish, which is why I think my initial reaction was I didn't like this color. But I'm really happy with it. I tried it out last night or two nights ago for the first time, and I really do like the, I like that the, what's this called? The lid, the handle. I guess the handle has some grip to it. It's kind of like a rubberized packaging. And then I really, really like the brush. It's unlike any brush I've ever seen before in a nail polish. It's really thick. It's kind of a thick, flat, rounded tip brush. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I found that it really did make painting my nails really easy, and Kathleen said that in her video that it's great for beginners, or it really makes it easy to paint your nails, and I was like, whatever, that's a weird thing to say. I'm sure it's just like any other nail brush, but I really did like it, so I think there's some truth to that. So I got Brick Sidewalk, and then I picked up the shade Carmelo, which I was kind of on the fence. I wasn't sure. I think it's really pretty. I really like this color, but I wasn't sure if I would like it on my nails. So we'll have to see when I try it out, but it's just so unique. I've never seen a nail polish shade like this, and I definitely don't have anything like this in my collection. Same with this one. These two are very unique in my nail polish collection. So I'm happy to have some kind of more different colors to play with. And then I got Snickerdoodle, which is like the nude. As you guys know, I've kind of been on the search for the perfect nude. I found one I really, really liked from Sephora, but this one just intrigued me. I wanted to try it and kind of compare it to that one, so I'm excited to give that a try soon as well. So I got all of those. The next thing I got was actually from Influencer. I got another Influencer Vox box, and I got a shampoo and conditioner. And these are from L'Oreal. They're the Ever Pure sulfate-free color care system, and I got the volume shampoo and conditioner. So I haven't tried these yet. They're still wrapped, as you can see, but I am excited to give them a shot. And a lot of my favorite shampoos that I've tried have been sulfate free, so I have high hopes for them. And these are also paraben free and 100% vegan, so if you're interested in that, I will let you guys know how I feel about them when I finish them up, and they'll be in my empties someday. Probably not anytime soon, but someday they will be in there. Alright, the next thing I have is some stuff I ordered from Birchbox. This was definitely a very impulsive purchase, and it's, to be fair, I semi-regret most of it. But it was a couple weeks ago. I was having a very weird day, and I've come really far with my bad shopping habits, as you guys have seen, but I am human and sometimes it still happens. And I was having a weird day. I was feeling very, I guess, emotionally raw. I don't even know how to put it. It was just a very weird day. And I was sitting here on my computer, and I had some work to do, but I was like, you know what, you deserve like an hour or two to just do nothing. So I was looking at my computer, and I had an email from Birchbox saying they had a sale for ACES members for 40% off. So I decided to just check it out and see if there was anything that interested me. And the first thing I saw was actually what I got for my sister, which was one of their special limited edition Birch boxes. So I was kind of annoyed because I had paid full price for the one I got her. But I don't know if I think my package came right before Christmas, so it probably would have come in time for Christmas, but oh well. There's no way I could have known that it would be 40% off eventually. But I decided to keep looking and see what else I saw, and I saw something that I've always been intrigued by in the past, but the price has always kind of pushed me away from making the purchase, and that is the little Pinch Me Mini Emergency Kit. They sell these at Sephora as well. I actually picked up one of these for my sister. I gifted her a Birchbox subscription a few years ago, and they had some add-ons, so I added this on for her, and she really, really liked it. And I just really like the pattern on this one, and I think they're normally $18, and that's always just like a little too much for me. It's just a little kit that has a bunch of stuff you might need in some sort of emergency, but it has a mending kit, a sewing needle and thread, breath drops, double-sided tape, aspirin, bandages, a safety pin, earring backs, deodorant towelette, nail polish remover pad, stain remover pad, clear elastics for your hair, a lip balm, tampon, an emery board, and hairspray, and clear nail polish. So I've always thought this would be a nice thing to have in my work bag, but I never wanted to pay $20 because I was always like, you know what, I could make that for much cheaper. Did I ever make it? No. But for $10, you know, I was sold, and especially because of this print of the bag. To be honest, if there had only been like a hot pink one in the store, I wouldn't have bought it. But I really, really like this print. It's really up my alley. So I'm going to throw this in my bag, and I think it will come in handy. And did I need it? No, but it's $10, and it's been something I've always been a little curious about. Then I was kind of curious if they had any candles, because I got a candle I really liked from a special edition Birchbox that I bought myself a couple years ago. And I found this brand, The Library at Candlefish, and it had really good reviews. It sounded really interesting. And I was going to buy one, but then I saw that if you spent a certain dollar amount, you could get one for free. I think it was $30. I could be wrong, but that's what I have in my head. So this is the... So I did that, so I got this one for free. So this is fragrance number 4, and it smells really good. I really like it. Let me see. I don't know if the notes are on here, but I don't remember what it is, but I do really, really like it, so I'm excited to have this little candle. And then the other stuff I purchased to get to the dollar amount, the first thing I found another sale section on the Birchbox website where everything was 30% off. So I'm not sure why there was more than one sale section, but I've always intended to buy a full size of this. I've had a lot of samples of it in the past, and I loved it. This is the Agave Hair Oil Treatment. Whenever I use this, people ask me if I got a haircut, because my hair just looks really shiny and healthy. I don't know what it is, but it just makes my hair look really good. And I only like to use hair oils when my hair is longer, and my hair's been short for the past 2 years, but now it's just getting to be a little bit longer. So I saw this and it was 30% off, and I was like, yes, I want it now. So I bought this, but I do kind of regret it because a couple days after I made the order, I was looking at my beauty inventory and I realized how much oil I have. Like, I have a lot of oils. I knew I had some, but I don't think I realized how many I have. A lot of them are deluxe size samples and stuff, but it takes a long time to use up oil because I don't use a ton of it. So I definitely didn't need this at this point in time, but I am excited to have it because I do really like it. So I think hair oils is going to be a big target for me to use up in 2017, so I don't have quite so many, but I've always really liked the agave one, so I got it for a deal. And then another thing I got, I decided to get, I kind of got all this stuff for my Christmas stocking. My husband's really not into Christmas or gifts and stuff, so he's not into like doing the stocking thing, so I always fill up both our stockings. So I got this. This is a little Beauty Besties kit from Benefit. And I definitely didn't need this, but it was cheap and cute, and I couldn't resist it. I haven't opened it yet, actually, but so the way I think this was like $15 or $16 after the sale. So I think that's kind of how I justified it, was they have the Roller Lash Mascara, and I really like this one. I don't have any right now in my collection, and I think, you know, they sell these for like $12 at Ulta, so I was like, oh, that's almost how much this whole thing costs, so it's like the other stuff is free. So the other thing that I was really excited about was the Lolly Balm. I have had at least 3 of the Posy Balms, and I love them so much. I've dug out every last drop of product from the little container, and I don't do that for any other lip product. So I got this one to try, and I'm really excited. They just smell really good, kind of like roses maybe, or flowers, which is a scent I usually don't like, but for some reason the scent for these I just really enjoy. So these are like tinted, but barely at all. At least the Posy Balm one wasn't, and I know that I'll use this up and love it. So, you know, in that sense, I don't regret it, but I know that I have a bunch of lip balms, so I didn't need it. And then the last thing was this little Hoola bronzer. This is, let's see, 4 grams, and I definitely didn't need this because I do have this one I got in a Birchbox, and this one is 3 grams. This one I like to use when I'm traveling. It's just so handy, but this one was just so cute. It looks like the big one, and it comes with a little brush, just like the big one. And I've always wanted to have a big one of Hoola, like use the little brush, and it's just so cute. I couldn't resist. I definitely didn't need it, but I know that I'll get to it eventually. But I know it will take a long time because I have this one, I have this one, and I have another bronzer I'm trying to pan right now. So definitely didn't need it, but it's so cute, you guys. I'm only human. So that is everything from the benefit box. And it really is a really good deal, I think, for $16 because this will last me like 6 months, I'm sure, at least. And then, you know, this is already $10, and I've purchased travel sizes mascaras before, even though I probably shouldn't, for $10, so I might as well get all this stuff at a discount. And this thing alone retails for $15, and I think I spent $16, like I said, so I think it was a pretty good deal, even if it was stuff I didn't really need. Alright, so next I just have some things I got for Christmas. I did pick these out myself. Every year, if there's anything I want from Sephora or my sister wants from Sephora for Christmas, I always offer to buy it during the November VIB sale, so that was the case again this year. So the first thing I picked up was something I've talked about knowing that I would want to purchase the full size of, and that is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, or palette powder in dim light. So I've been working on my palette for the past 2 years, and I'm really close to finishing off the dim light in that palette, and I just knew that it was something I always wanted to have in my collection. I use it as a finishing powder. When I'm done with all my makeup, I add this, and it's a really subtle effect, but I always notice it. When I first got the palette, I didn't use it every day, but there were some days I would just look in the mirror and be like, my skin looks amazing today. And I realized it was always on the days that I had used the powders. So it's just something I really like. It's definitely not a need, but it's kind of like a treat yourself type makeup item. And so it's really expensive, so I figured why not ask for it for Christmas, because I was struggling with stuff to come up with for my Christmas list anyway. So this is what it looks like. This is so big compared to what was in the ambient lighting palette that I know it will last me years. So I won't need to purchase this for a very long time, and it just feels really nice in this, just feels really substantial. I don't know, it feels fancy. And I'm really excited to have that and get to work on that soon when I use up the other one, which I'm really close to. If you haven't seen my Pan That Palette finale yet, you should see it soon. Alright, and then I wasn't going to pick this up. It was kind of an impulse purchase when I was putting in the order for the Sephora sale, but this is the Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid, and I've heard this is getting discontinued. I used up one of these last year. I love this foundation. The color is such a perfect color match for me. I'm in the shade Cashew, and I just really wanted to get another one of these before they are discontinued, and they don't have these in store anymore, but they did have them on the website, so I decided to pick it up, and I just really like it. But I'm not going to open it because I'm working on other foundations right now, but I'm excited to be able to use this again once I'm done with those other foundations. Alright, so I just realized my camera cut me off, and I'm not quite sure where it cut me off, so I'm just going to start at this point and then keep going. So my sister-in-law gave me this little kit for Christmas, and some other stuff, but this is what I'm going to show you. This is the Lemon Butter Cuticle Cream from Burt's Bees, and I used to have this, and I did like it, so I'll definitely get some use out of that. And then the Coconut and Pear Lip Balm. So I have another lip balm. I've never tried coconut and pear flavor from Burt's Bees, but it sounds good, so I'm happy to try that out. And then the last thing I have is a gift card from Sephora. This may be shocking, and it is kind of surprising to me, but I've never had a gift card to Sephora in my life. I've been into makeup for 3 years now, and no one's ever purchased a gift card to Sephora or Ulta for me. I've never had a gift card, so I'm excited to finally have a gift card. And then it came with like this little mirror. There's 2 mirrors. There's a regular one and then a magnified one. So this, oops, I'm not going to try to open it right now, but it's pretty cute and it'll be nice to throw in my bag. So that is it for the haul section of this video. Unfortunately, this month the haul section is very long and the anti-haul isn't going to be very much. I like it better when it's the other way around, or even better when I don't film one that month because I didn't buy anything and I have nothing to talk about being tempted by. But usually I write down throughout the month things that have tempted me, and I didn't do that this month. So there might be some things that I'm forgetting, but I am going to talk about the things that I know I was tempted by. The first thing is the NARS Unfiltered Cheek Palettes. They came out with 2 new cheek palettes. One is for lighter skin tones, and I think it's kind of a more pinky shades. And then the other one's darker and has some more darker blushes. It has Exhibit A, which is a bright red. Each palette only has one permanent color in it, and then the rest are all new, which also was really intriguing to me because I feel like the NARS cheek palettes they almost always have Orgasm or Deep Throat, and I have both of those, so that's always kind of a turn off when the NARS blushes come out. I've always been really into the NARS blush palettes. I've always been really intrigued by them. Like I mentioned earlier, I've always wanted the Guy Bourdin palette ever since I first saw it. Unfortunately, it wasn't available anymore when I found out about it, but I was so excited about that palette, and when the next NARS cheek palette came out, I purchased it even though I didn't love all the shades in it, and I kind of regretted it, and I ended up selling it. I think this year I sold it. But I still, for whatever reason, am always drawn to the cheek palettes. I think last year they had a cheek palette I was kind of interested in as well, and these are just calling my name too, even though I don't need them. I have a ton of NARS blushes that I love. I have a Urban Decay blush palette that I love. I really don't need any more blushes. I'm really happy with my blush collection. I've worked really hard on kind of decluttering it and weeding it down just to things that I really love, and I feel like I have kind of a blush in every kind of color I could need, so that's how I talked myself out of it. But there was a moment where I was considering using the $25 gift card from Sephora on one of those palettes. The next thing that tempted me, I know, was kind of the other shades of the KL polish. I was kind of into all of them. I think they're all really, really pretty, but I talked myself out of the other ones. I wasn't really interested in the mauve color until I heard someone compare it to Essie Ladylike, and I had a manicure with Essie Ladylike once and I really enjoyed it, so that kind of made me rethink my not wanting that shade. But I figured, like, I don't need that, and if I ever want a shade like that, I can just go to the store and buy Ladylike. I don't need to order one from online and pay for shipping and all that. And then I also really, really wanted the dark blue shade, Gumption I think is what it's called, and I just bought Essie After Schoolboy Blazer, so that's how I talked myself out of that. Even though they seem kind of different, Gumption seems a little bit brighter, more brighter blue. The other one I have is really dark, kind of navy, and it almost looks black, depending on the light you're in it, but the Gumption one looks like it definitely looks blue kind of all the time, if that makes sense. But I talked myself out of it because, you know, how many dark blue nail polishes do you need? And then I think there was one more in the collection. Oh, the brown shade, Broccoli and Chocolate. I love brown nail polishes, but I have one from the Urban Decay OPI Gwen Stefani collection from last year or 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago now. And I still have a lot of it. I haven't made a ton of progress on it, so I definitely don't need another brown polish anytime soon. Okay, so I know I had another item to talk about, and I just talked about it to my camera that was not on, and I cannot think of what it was. Like, it's driving me crazy. I cannot think of what the other thing I was going to talk about was. But while I was trying to remember what it was, I remembered another thing that is tempting me. I don't even think it's out yet, but the Urban Decay After Dark palette, for some reason, is also really tempting to me. When I first saw it, I wasn't really interested at all, but the more I see the swatches, I'm just really interested in it because I feel like I really like the eyeshadows I have, but I don't have a lot of colorful eyeshadows, and the colors in that palette I think would be the kind of colors I would want to have. I think I saw someone, I watched the Beauty News channel, and I think Kat from Beauty News kind of said this is a great colorful palette for people who are kind of more afraid of color, which is kind of exactly who I am. So they're colors, but they're not super scary colors like the Electric palette or something like that. So for that reason, I am a little bit tempted by it. There's just a beautiful kind of sapphire blue. There's kind of a burnt rusty color. There's kind of a a teal, and I used to have some of those colors. I had the Marc Jacobs